Senator Durbin made my job very difficult right now. I'm so honored to be here. My name is Suzanne. I represent the Syrian Community Network. I am Muslim, I am American of Syrian descent, and I am woman. Hear me roar. By saying, no hate, no fear. Refugees are welcome here. No hate, no fear.
Refugees are welcome here.
No hate,
No fear. Refugees are welcome here.
We stand with the American people in strong opposition to the announcement which turns our backs on Syrian refugees and the refugees from around the world, every time, from everywhere, from every conflict. Let's be clear. We have the worst refugee crisis in our lifetime. There are 66 million refugees across the world. 1 in 4 refugees is Syrian. In the US, we have only resettled 18,000 of the 4.8 registered Syrian refugees. Is that enough?
No!
In Chicago, we have 140 families, which is about 700 individuals, mothers, fathers, children, just like you and me. For Donald Trump to make this announcement during his first days in office is like taking a wrecking ball to the Statue of Liberty, dishonoring our best values and disgracing U.S. leadership abroad. One family in particular was resettled here in Chicago about 5 months ago. The father, Khalid Haj Khalaf, and his family. His oldest daughter, Bara'a, who's 25, her husband, and her infant daughter were due to arrive in O'Hare last Monday. But because of this ban, they were told not to board their plane. They were not allowed to board their plane. Bara'a and her husband and her infant daughter lived in southern Turkey. They gave away all of their belongings. They didn't sell their items to other refugees because they didn't want to make a profit from other refugees. They gave them everything they had. They took a bus and drove for 17 hours from southern Turkey to Istanbul, only to be told the devastating news that they are not allowed to board their flight. Imagine the reaction of this family, who have been separated for 5 years from each other. Upon hearing the news, the mother suffered a severe panic attack and had to be rushed to the hospital. The father, who was supposed to have a surgery or a procedure because he had a kidney stone and he was in severe pain, had to postpone his procedure because he needed to take care of his wife. Luckily, Khalid had the procedure 2 days ago, and I called him this morning to check on him, and he's doing well. And he had some good news for me. He said that his daughter received a phone call from IOM, the International Organization for Migration, and they told him to stick around in Istanbul, not to go home, because there is a chance that they may board their flight after all. Bartlett from the State Department's Director of Refugees Resettlement wrote that officials were working to rebook travel for refugees who had previously been scheduled to leave for the United States over a 3-week period, and that until end of February 17. A State Department official said the extended time frame accounted for the fact that some of the refugees will have to make the difficult journeys back to airports from their refugee camps. So this is great news for this family who is so hopeful that Bara'a, her husband, and their infant daughter will make their flight. My organization, the Syrian Community Network, we work with all of the resettlement agencies. We help them resettle with dignity. We provide this community support. We provide rental support. And on March 4th, we are hosting a refugee jobs fair. So if you have a business, if you'd like to sponsor our jobs fair, or you'd like to hire refugees, please reach out to us. About the vetting process. There's a lot of confusion about how do refugees come here to the United States. Based on the recommendation from the UNHCR, a family, after they go through a tough screening process, refugees must pass through a series of security screenings, including biographic and biometric checks, medical screenings, forensic document testing, and in-person interviews. The information is examined to confirm a refugee's identity is checked against law enforcement and intelligence databases, including those of the National Counterterrorism Center, Department of Defense, the FBI, Department of State, and the Department of Homeland Security. How can anyone who wants to cause us harm pass through this rigorous screening? I ask you. All of the families who are here in Chicago have told us the same type of information, that they were asked over and over and over about their life in Syria, what did they do in their host country, what do they work, and what is their educational background. And if the stories did not match, their file was immediately dropped. So I ask you all to support us, to support this beautiful gathering. I'm so humbled by all to see everyone. I'm so humbled to go to the airport and to see the amazing turnout of people who are supporting refugees coming into the United States. Thank you so much. No hate, no fear. Refugees are welcome.